Konnichiwa, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to talk about being liked. Eigo desu. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. This is the 8th year of the Sales Japan Series podcast, broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minatoku, here in downtown Tokyo. It is chic central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, the president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anatamo Present no Tachijin. Plus, Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muda ni suru no wa yamemashou. And all are available on Amazon. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive and even better, thrive in business. I want you to 1, sell more and do it more easily. 2, exceed your targets. In fact, let's blow up your targets. Number 3, make some serious money. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We're not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday, the Business Tachijin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 370. And today we're talking about part 2 of the real know, like, and trust in sales. And today we're going to look at like. In part 1, we went deep on the know factor in sales. And today we turn to why we need to be likable. Actually, do we need buyers to like us? Maybe not in every case, but it doesn't hurt, does it? As a buyer yourself, would you rather deal with someone you like rather than a person you didn't like? We will all prefer to work with people we like, but what makes us likable? Some clients we get on with like a house on fire, and others, not so much. In my case, I want to turn all of my clients into my friends, and I want a lifetime relationship with all of them. Does it always work out that way? Of course not. But that doesn't mean I should stop trying for that outcome. We tend to be most comfortable with people who are like us, who have similar interests, and who are easy to talk to. To get on well with others, we need to know how they work. None of this is an accident, by the way. We are constantly sorting through the people we meet to find those who are most similar to us. This is the easiest group for us to deal with. The problem comes from dealing with the rest of the population who are not like us. There are 4 basic personality styles we need to be aware of to help us understand how we should communicate and work with different types of clients. We want to capture all of the business available and not just a share based around our comfort. What if we make buyers who are nothing like us feel quite comfortable in dealing with us? Won't that open the door to doing more business, and isn't that what we want? To do all of this, we have to make 2 decisions when we meet buyers. The first decision is to place them on a horizontal scale of whether they are highly assertive or not. If they are assertive, we place them on the right of that scale. If they are not assertive, we locate them on the left side. How do we tell? If they have strong views on a subject and readily state their opinion, they are assertive. If they rarely venture their opinion and seem passive, then they are less assertive. The other decision is on a vertical scale, regarding whether they are outcome-driven, that's on the bottom of the scale, or more interested in people, that's on the top of the scale. How do we tell which one they are? If they talk about KPIs, ROI, targets, goals, etc., then they are going to be results-oriented. If they talk about how to get the team to work together well and how to build a strong culture, etc., then they will be people-oriented. This locates them on the top of the scale. This gives us a 4-quadrant frame to understand better who we are talking to. Amiables are top left. They are less assertive and very people-oriented. When we meet them, we should be talking about how the solution we are offering will positively impact their people. We should take our time, have a cup of tea, and reduce our voice strength and body energy when we are with them. I was supposed to give the new guy a brief about my division when he joined the firm. I started out explaining the detail, and he immediately diverted me to talk about people we both knew. I never did brief him on what my section did because he spent the whole time talking about people. Definitely an amiable. Smile when you talk to them and be friendly. Give them honest, sincere appreciation. Make it real, not flattery. If you mention some positive attribute, back it up with proof so that they know it is real and not some dodgy salesperson snake oil. We should not cut them off or finish their sentences when they are talking, and we should encourage them to do as much talking as possible. Try to be genuinely interested in them. We should use their name when we're talking to them. Just don't overdo it. Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public courses, and we also have custom in-house programs as well as both in Japanese and English. We do classes in our super safe classroom and we do them live online. Okay, our show today is being brought to you by, on the 3rd of February, doing our Dale Carnegie course, 12-week version. On the 15th of February, our Leadership Training for Managers program, 3-day version. On the 19th and 20th of February, we're doing high-impact presentations. Go to our website at japan-dalecarnegie.co.jp. That's Japan, Japan, hyphen, Dale, Dale, Carnegie, CARNEGIE.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, which in Japanese is Zaegyo. This is the Bible for selling in Japan. Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, which is Anatomo Present no Tachijin in translation. Plus, Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Mudni Sunu wa Yamemashou, and all available from Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, we have over 2,300 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, the premier business show in Japan, every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show. And on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. That's Greg, G-R-E-G, .story, S-T-O-R-Y, at dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. The direct opposite type is bottom right in the frame, the driver, with which I am very familiar. They don't care about your smiles because they are results and outcome oriented and have little time for small talk. They want to get down to business and hear about the outcomes they can expect. Time is money is their mantra, so don't waste their time wanting to have a cup of tea together and get to know each other. Be high energy, strong in voice and body language. If that is not your natural play, then you have to switch it up when you're with them, or you will just irritate them. Now, that is not the position a seller wants to find themselves in. Be strong. Get straight into the 3 reasons why they should buy your solution. the concrete, measurable results this will bring, and then get the hell out of their office. They like that. I was in a sales meeting with a foreign executive, newly arrived in Japan, talking to him for the first time. As he joined me while I was waiting in the meeting room, I began to engage him in some typical small talk. After 5 seconds of this, he cut me off very abruptly and said, "Let's get down to business." That told me straight away he was a driver, and I knew I had to be quick, concise, confident, and assertive with him. We did the deal for training for his leaders in 15 minutes in that meeting because he was a busy man and had other things to do. A classic driver. Never criticize the competition, the government, or the weather to them. Instead, always be positive and upbeat. Use their name because that is music to their ears. Make them feel important, but do it sincerely. They are usually powerful people with a lot of confidence and often big egos. Get them to talk about themselves because that is a favorite subject. Talk in terms of their interests and cut everything else out of your conversation. Work on supplying what they want and keep that conversation tight. Don't keep adding details because they are interested in outcomes, not getting bogged down in the weeds. Superfluous details just dilute your key messages. Don't bother complimenting them to get into their good books. They don't need your approbation or anyone else's for that matter. They just dismiss it as propaganda and pap. They are inwardly directed and emotionally independent. Bottom left is the analytical. They are not demonstrative and can be rather quiet. Your dynamic salesperson energy needs to be toned right down, and you should mirror their body language as much as possible. Speak quietly and be circumspect in what you say. They love numbers to 3 decimal places, want proof, testimonials, evidence, and lots of data. They don't care much about people, but they do care about numbers, so come bearing lots for them. Try to get them talking, but don't expect them to share much about themselves. Don't bother flattering them. They are not interested in what you think. Bring proof to back up what you are saying. Top right are the expressives. They are big picture people who don't like masses of detail. They are usually high energy, and we have to match that energy. They like people and enjoy talking, so smile and get them talking about themselves, a favorite subject. They appreciate honest, sincere appreciation because it agrees with their own positive, confident self-image. Use their name because that is a sound they like. Make them feel important, but do make sure you avoid anything which smacks of flattery because that insults their intelligence. We are simultaneously more than one of these styles. I'm a driver, but when I'm selling, leading, or training, I move up to the expressive personality type. When I'm looking at the results forecast and the P&L, I move across to the analytical. In my case, I rarely wander into amiable territory, though. We cannot just work well with people who are the same personality style as us because that means we're missing out on 3/4 of our buyers. We have to migrate our communication and delivery to other styles' preferences, depending on who we are dealing with. Does that mean we will suffer severe psychological problems and become schizophrenic? No. We keep our own individual style within ourselves, but we learn to speak the languages preferred by the other styles. We stay the same, but we change the language you use depending on who we are talking to. As human beings, we all like people who are more like us, those who have similar ideas and interests. As salespeople, we have to be flexible and quickly understand who is in front of us and then change our communication and behavior to suit. Is this deceitful? No. We are just adapting how we do things to how they like things done. We still offer the same wonderful solutions, but we change the way we explain the solutions to a format that they can easily accept. To be liked by buyers, We need to understand where they are coming from and meet them there. In part 3, we'll look at how to be trusted by your buyers. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, then please work on your karma and share this with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned. Go out there and survive. Use it and make some serious money. Bucks, dough, moolah, coin, dosh, lolly, readies, smackers, earners, and bread and honey. Remember, I'm in your corner, your go-to guy for soft skills training in Tokyo, committed to your success here in Nippon.